be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 'Cause baby, you're gonna be the one that saves me.
And you're my wonder.
You're my wonderwall.
Love that song. Save me. Tonight is gonna be the day I'm gonna run to you.
Find out you should have somehow realized what you have to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do
About you now.
And all the roads lead you there are winding, and all the lights that light the way are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how.
Miss me.
Gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall.
I need someone that saves me.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'm gonna sit here and go through the new previews magazine. Man, Commandy on the cover, sweet. Go through this with Rez. So cool. You doing all right today?
Yeah.
Yeah. So so far so good, huh?
Yep. So far, so good. I'm excited to see what's in the previews because I know there's some things that I didn't jot down on my anticipated reads list.
I'm really excited for this Commandy. I don't know if you've ever read Commandy.
No, you know what? Actually, I've never read Commandy, and I thought this would be a perfect time to jump on that.
I mean, I'm kind of a big fan of Commandy, and because I'm a big Jack Kirby fan, so I'm really excited they're going to boot that back up.
Yeah. I'm excited personally. I really want to get to know more of the artists behind Commandy, so it's really cool to kind of see that being brought back out, and then they have all these different artists on it. Correct?
Yeah, I believe there's different artists for each issue.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too. I
Yeah.
can always appreciate something like that.
So one of my favorite things in the previews is the sales numbers or the top 100.
Yeah.
Again, this month, man, DC just stomping the crap out of Marvel.
Wow.
Marvel's got 2 comics in the top 20. And again,
Mhm.
Image's got 1, Walking Dead, always in the top 20. But, everything else is all DC.
Dang.
I mean, crazy to me. Because if you would have looked at that like a year ago,
I'm
Marvel was
surprised Walking
like,
Dead not higher because especially with this whole Negan stuff, people freak the hell out.
yeah,
The whole. I guarantee there's
for
gonna be people.
sure.
I have a friend right now that who's not really into comics that they're gonna start pulling comics, like Walking Dead and stuff, just because of
All
it.
right. I mean,
Mhm.
Walking Dead is one of those comics. And, to be honest, I don't understand why Outcast doesn't sell better than it does.
Yeah,
Um,
this is really
you
good.
know, um, Outcast is one of I've said before, everything's my favorite comic. Whenever I talk about comics, everything's my favorite comic. But like literally, I can reach down and grab an
Mhm.
issue of Outcast because it's top of my stack every time that I go to read comics.
Yeah. So you get your stuff early, don't you? Because I noticed when your video comes out, you're talking about your poll, like what your reads are gonna be that you pick up. You get your stuff pretty early, right?
Um, I know what I'm gonna pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I pick up my stuff Tuesday night. Um, don't tell the comic industry. Because comics aren't supposed to be released till Wednesday.
Yeah.
Uh, but I pick my stuff up late Tuesday night generally.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I know some people. I've seen a couple of videos out here who you have people who are picking up their comics like the day, like early morning Tuesday, and they have their weekly pull already put out on Tuesday.
Well, I lay my pull out. Like I've got my pull list video made right now.
Hmm.
Um, what my poll is going to be for this week. So it's just a matter of posting it. I like to post it prior to us doing our Monday night thing over on Rebel Comics.
Hmm.
So if anybody wants to know what I'm reading, then they can go and scope that out. But yeah, I generally pick up my comics. I pick up my comics every 2 weeks, but I pick up my comics on like every other Tuesday. So So are you reading anything from Dark Horse outside of Black Hammer? You're reading Black Hammer, right?
Yeah, I'm reading Black Hammer, but let's see what else. Yeah, I'm reading Rat God by Richard Corbin. I know it's kind of a back issue because it just got released. It just finished their 6th issue and is now being released on pre-order for a hardcover. I mean, that may kind of not count, but I jumped in late because what happened was when you go to Second and Charles, they don't get every single new issue that comes in. They get stuff in whenever it comes in. So I thought it was a new series and found out when I was jumping in at one that it already was distributed.
Rock and roll.
But let's see. I'm looking through my thing right now.
I
Yeah.
gotta see what Tom just said to me here.
Okay.
Wow, I've got freaking 14 freaking Twitter messages. I'm very popular on Twitter.
Oh. That's pretty cool. I'm not really popular on Twitter. I got I think about 80 or something, maybe 90 followers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, you need to put yourself out there because, literally, if I've got 400 followers, you should have 1,200, 1,300 followers. Come on.
What do you mean, like talking to people and stuff? I mean, I started like maybe 2 months ago, like not even 2 months ago, maybe 1.5 months ago. I just talked to a very few people up there and just chit chat, and it's very nice and very intimate. It seems like when you branch out, it kind of gets a little, I don't know.
Twitter's amazing to me because I have met more creators on Twitter than I would have ever. Oh my gosh, man! 20 years ago, if you'd have told me that I would like be having back and forth conversations, I mean, like just now, I downsized the window that we're talking in so that I can
Yeah.
go and talk to the creator of one of my favorite books, who is going to be on Rebel Comics with us tonight.
Yeah.
That would have never happened. Several years back. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, I like Twitter definitely more than Facebook. That's for sure. I
Oh,
think
sure. I mean,
like Facebook to me is a little.
if you post something on Twitter, I mean, the key is, to do hashtags and freaking.
Oh yeah, I
have
never. See, that's the problem. I never do hashtags. I never do anything like that. I'll
if
talk
you
to people.
hashtag and ampersand things, the people that you're talking about will respond to you. I mean, it's almost like part of their job, that they have to, have a relationship with you, as a fan of their book. So, when you bring them up, and I mean, it's amazing to me, even if you don't hashtag or ampersand something, how well that people can find things these days, on Twitter or whatever. That they can, see that you're talking about, like RJ Ryan, that writes The Joiners, which I really love.
Mhm.
I just typed in something about The Joiners, and all of a sudden, he's sending me messages about, I'm glad you enjoyed the book, blah, 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 blah. And, I mean, it's just crazy to me that I would ever just, shout into the wind, that I like something,
Yeah.
and that the person that creates what I like would, shout into the wind back at me. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just amazing to me.
Yeah, it definitely is flattering. Like I talked to a few writers and creators, but I usually email them and talk to them in that correspondence. But it's pretty cool to Twitter them, I guess.
But what I find funny about Twitter is that, because I support smaller, creator-owned comics, smaller press-run comics.
Mhm.
I find almost I find it almost insulting that when those people succeed, that they don't have the time to mess with me anymore. That I was a fan of them before anybody else was, and now that other people are fans, that you can't respond to me. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
really not a fan of that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I just look
Right.
at it as, they got the traction, and now they're just kind of moving on, to bigger things.
Well, I mean, Chris Pyer or Tambra Bullivant. I've been promoting these people. Donnie Cates. I've been promoting these people for 3 years. On YouTube, and they get traction on doing whatever series they're doing. I mean, Tambra Bullivant right now, I believe, is like, I mean, she's like Jordy Belair level coloring. She's probably doing 20 books at this point. But whenever I very first started liking her and very first started sending her comments on Twitter, she was not even on Wayward yet. I mean, and Wayward's what really blew her up. She wasn't even on that book yet. And I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, I can see where. I mean, my more of a gripe would be when I've actually reached out to a creator and tell them I love their book, and then they just don't respond, barely.
I've
had that happen to me.
I've never had a creator that if I sent them, I I've never, except for Nick Spencer. Nick Spencer is the one person that that has not responded to me, and I get that because he got a lot of hate over Captain America and all that stuff. I mean,
Did
really, he was probably not even looking at his messages at that point. You know, what's funny about that?
I love Nick Spencer. I love his writing. It's freaking
What's
awesome.
funny about that is I thought that Cy Spurrier, who did the bodies and all that stuff. Okay, so I thought he wrote Slash and Burn,
Yeah.
but he didn't write Slash and Burn. Nick Spencer wrote Slash and Burn.
Mm-hmm.
So I make a comment about how that, oh man, it's Cy Spurrier, Slash and Burn, blah 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 blah, and he's all like, maybe I should change my name to Nick Spencer because apparently people, on the internet think that I'm Nick Spencer or whatever. Nick Spencer didn't respond to me, but Cy Spurrier responded to me.
Yeah. My favorite work in particular by Nick Spencer is at the moment, Infinite Vacation.
I haven't read that.
Very, very good.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, I honestly, I haven't read anything by Nick Spencer that I've just been like, wow, that's a bad book.
Really?
His writing to me is like, I mean, top tier. I mean, to me, he's like a modern day like Warren Ellis.
Who? Nick Spencer?
Like, do what now?
You said Nick Spencer is?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah. I agree.
That Nick Spencer is like a modern day Warren Ellis. Like what
Yeah.
Warren Ellis was doing, 15 years ago. I believe that that's kind of what Nick Spencer is doing now. And
well, I mean, when I read Nick Spencer.
Work, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say when I read Nick Spencer, I don't get the feeling that it's Warren Ellis. I just get a feeling of a good writer, really really good writer. All I collected was Warren Ellis.
What I'm saying about Warren Ellis is that 15 years, 20 years ago, when Warren Ellis wrote books, it was coming from a direction. I mean, I feel the same way about Cy Spurrier. Is that 15 or 20 years ago, when Warren Ellis was writing a book or Garth Ennis was writing a book, they were different. They were different from everything that I was reading. And, they just kind of stood alone as like, just great stories that they were telling. And I mean, that's kind of how I feel about, a couple of new writers. I mean, Nick Spencer, being one of those primary people, is that he's telling me a story that I haven't heard a million times. Like he's coming into an industry that's been around forever and kind of doing something new, which is cool.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
All right, but anyway, previews, man. Harrow County, number 20. I can't believe that's at issue 20. Oh my gosh, that's been going on so long. The first trade coming out on Black Hammer. The Black Hammer oversized annual, which I'm super excited about. Looks like Matt Kent is doing the art. Okay, so that's why it looks like that.
I can't wait till they put Black Hammer in the hardcover. To be honest.
I just wish that more people read that book. Because I mean, I think it is like it is to me like the Hellboy of the modern time. I just wish more people freaking read that book. Briggsland. I don't know whether or not who's checking out Briggsland by Brian Wood.
No, I'm not really a big Brian Wood fan.
No, this is actually, I believe, fixing to. What it's telling me is that it's fixing to come out as an AMC series. So.
Yeah, good, I guess good for him. He's a not a fan of him as a person.
Why are you not a Brian Wood fan?
Well, he's apparently.
How is it that me and you agree on so many things?
No, I mean, no. Listen, I'm not a fan. Not that I'm not a fan of his writing. His writing is cool. I'm not a fan of him as a person.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 I like his writing. Yeah. And I have actually had a lot of books by him, but I no longer do.
I mean, I don't know. I've never really checked him out as a person, so
Yeah.
I don't really know about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of allegations going around about him. I was like, it's very enlightening. I mean, you start really liking these writers and creators and illustrators, and you kind of start learning stuff about them in your journey on picking up a lot of their stuff. And it may turn you off, may turn you on. You may feel indifferent to it. Me, I like to know who I'm supporting, with my money.
Well, I mean, it's like Spill on Wheels, all right, by Kate Leaf. Part of the reason that I like Kate Leaf is just what I see about her, what I read about her.
Yeah.
I really like her. And
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether or not, I mean, it's great that her stuff that she writes is good. But I would buy it if it wasn't good. I bought 10 issues of Hellcat or whatever. I bought a Hellcat. And,
Yeah.
it was a good series, but
Yeah.
I would have continued to buy it even if it wasn't good, just because it was her.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, there's some creators that, even if the writing gets kind of crazy, and I'm usually a writer chaser, and I mean, I take that back. I mean, it's equally writer or illustrations. It all depends. Like, for instance, like this new series Reborn, everyone's drawn to it. I guess I've been hearing that because of Mark Millar being on it. That's why people are really drawn to it, or either Greg Capullo. Me, I'm more drawn to it because of the writer. I like Mark Millar.
I mean, that book is a train wreck of awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like Greg Capullo's art so much, but I love Matt Millar, and so I'm drawn to it because of the fact that it's an awesome writer.
Mhm.
Somebody that I will buy anything they write.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I'm a huge
But
Mark.
when I come to that book, I mean, it's kind of like you were saying about Brian Wood a second ago. I like Brian Wood, but a lot of times Brian Wood has really shitty taste in artists.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Matt Millar, dude, he recruits on Huck, Raphael Albuquerque. I mean, that dude is gonna be a legend. I mean, I don't know whether or not he's a legend now, but he should be, because his freaking art is awesome. I mean, everything he's ever done, he pairs himself with a really good artist.
Yeah. Yeah. Whose writing I like more than Mark Millar's? I like Mark Waid's illustrator. I like his writing.
Do you really? How much Mark Waid have you read?
Quite a bit.
Because I like Mark Waid's writing, but I've read some really not so good Mark Waid writing.
Well, I mean, they're gonna have their mess ups. Every writer, every illustrator gonna have their mess ups, and I mean, I haven't dug into every single work he's done, but from what I've read
No, I mean,
and come across, I really like.
he's like 50-50 with me. I really like him. You know, but it seems to me like 50-50. Like sometimes I like the art in the book better than I like the writing.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, his Catwoman is freaking horrible though.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
where
see.
they
Yeah.
come.
I don't know anything about
what the
Catwoman.
Catwoman book is.
Oh,
God,
last.
that Catwoman is horrible.
Yeah, I'm not into Catwoman or really a lot of DC titles, to be honest. Like, I pulled Batman because, you know, that was something that JT was really into. But, you know, I like Tom King. I'm really curious to see how great Vision is, seeing that I've heard so much phenomenal things about it.
Have you read that series that he's doing from Vertigo? Sheriffs of Babylon?
I haven't read Sheriffs of Babylon yet, but I hear it's really good.
Man, it is so good.
Is it?
I mean, I'm a huge Tom King fan too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you know, I mean, Grayson was freaking wow.
Yeah, his writing is really good.
I didn't think that I was gonna like Grayson, and yeah, it really surprised me.
It's always great when you get a little surprise, you know.
Wow, man. Still Rebirth titles coming out. So the Atom coming out, the Vixen. I don't even know who the Vixen is.
Yeah.
But both Rebirth titles coming out.
Mhm.
Oh wow, a Killer Frost Rebirth. Love Killer Frost. Who's doing the art on this?
Yeah, I'm kind of at the moment not really. I don't see a lot of DC Rebirth stuff that I want to get. I did start because the Doom he gifted me with some All-Star Batman. I decided to start pulling All-Star Batman and kind of get a flavor for that one. And I'm also pulling the Batman Rebirth. But I think once things start wrapping up, I might just go ahead and close out on it and wait for a hardcover. You know.
This cover is freaking awesome, dude. Jock doing art on anything is freaking badass.
Yeah, I got all the junk variants for my All-Star Batman. I'm really excited about that.
I really wish I wouldn't have given away all of my Jock variants on the original Batman series, or the New 52 Batman series. Yeah, I wish I could take that back. Issue 20, specifically, I wish I could take back as far as not giving that away. I don't know if anybody else likes Bernard Chang, but I really like Bernard Chang's art. I like it on Supergirl a lot. The whole reason that I'm reading Supergirl is his art. I really like this Joker cover for Batman Beyond. Oh wow! I didn't realize that Marcus Toe was doing the covers on Nightwing. I really like him on Joyride a lot. I like him on Hacktivist. And yeah, I didn't realize he was doing that. You reading anything from DC?
Yeah, All-Star Batman and Batman. And then all the Young Animal line.
Oh yeah. So what did you think about the Doom Patrol #2? Did you read that?
Which one?
Doom Patrol #2.
Oh yeah, I liked it a lot. I mean, to me, I felt like Doom Patrol #2 was like the equivalent. Like, I mean, as far as the feeling I got from it, I felt just as you know, just as immersed in it as I did issue 1. I really liked it. I mean, the art is really cool. I like seeing more of Cliff, the robot man. I like seeing him more. So seeing him run into that guy Larry was pretty cool. And the guy Larry, I don't know what's going on with his eyes, but really curious to find out about that. And the whole thing with Danny Land, I want to know what's going on with that.
Well, I mean, I felt like issue 1 that I didn't understand what was going on in that issue.
Yeah.
And issue 2, it kind of seemed to me like everything I didn't understand about issue 1 was kind of explained in issue 2.
Really?
I mean, it was a much better issue than issue 1 was.
I feel they're both kind of confusing, but I like it. I like it. I'm along for the ride. I enjoy them all very, very thoroughly. I like just the craziness, the unexplainable. It seems like there's just there's sense in the unexplainable.
Along the lines of the young animals, are you looking at picking up like Mother Panic or?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've already pre-ordered all the issues of Mother Panic.
Yeah, I'm super hyped about that book.
I'm more hyped, honestly, for Shade than I am Mother. I mean, I can't wait till Mother Panic comes out, but I'm definitely more of a Shade girl. Like Shade's the best.
So you're really hyped about the Changeling then, yeah?
Yeah.
Man, maybe I need to pick that book up. I don't.
That first issue is so damn good.
Like I've said to you, I mean, me and you really agree on a lot of books. So
Yeah.
maybe I need to check out the Changeling Girl. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really good. Like I'm telling you, it was the best titles thus far out of all the young animal right now that I've been reading.
Really?
Easily.
So issue 1 is already out.
Yep. I just love the writing too, but by Cecil. It was just the way the writing was just very, very floaty and ethereal kind of. It was just like this very floaty feeling, which is very indicative of the fact that the shade that allows them to travel to another world and be able to don the skin of humans. It feels that way anyways. It feels really psychedelic and floaty and weird and so really like that element. Just really good.
Right. So I would just like to say out loud that I didn't realize that Steve Orlando wrote Supergirl. All right. I ripped his book in half, a couple of weeks ago and was like, man, Moon Knight or Midnighter and Apollo is freaking crap. And I've never read anything by Steve Orlando that wasn't crap.
Yeah.
But Supergirl, man. Really like this book. Really like it. And until I just looked and saw he wrote it, yeah. I mean, I really have to take that back because, wow. This is a really good book. Did you pick up Kate Carson?
Yep, Kate Carson. I liked Kate Carson. I wasn't a fan of the art, but I feel like it didn't fit the whole Kate Carson thing. Like I feel like they picked the wrong art to display that type of story. For me, I would prefer the same art that's on Doom Patrol for that one.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Because that's one of the young animal titles that I just was not I was not about picking up.
Yeah,
like
it was a little unoriginal too.
Mother Panic.
In some places, it wasn't as original as I would have wanted it, But it's okay. I'm gonna keep picking it up.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna go back to my shop and pick up issue 1 because I know they had variant covers, um, in their case. So it's probably something I'm gonna go back and pick up because I've really enjoyed this Young Animals line.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, man, like with everything, I'm always about supporting new writers, new artists, anything like that. And this Young Animals line, I mean, is all about, that. I mean, it's about, new artists, new writers, uh, doing things on titles. So, but I don't know. I'm super excited for Mother Panic. I should probably be more excited about this Death Hawkman story that's going on, but I'm not. I did go back and pick up Raven #1. Um, I was I really liked her in Teen Titans, and this Marv Wolfman story that's going on, yeah, was pretty good on the #1. Everybody go out today and go to your comic shop, see if you can get free Halloween Day stuff, because my shop does not give free Halloween stuff. So
They don't. They
by
don't.
all means, man, go out if your shop gives it away. There's some good stuff. Harrow County.
The Dollface
Harrow
versus
County #1.
Zombie Tramp.
Yeah, Zombie Tramp. Dude,
Yeah, they have a Dollface one.
almost every Action Lab title, pick up Tomboy. Tomboy #1. I'm telling you, man.
I don't think they have a
Telling
Tomboy
you,
for the
I
Halloween
sang
special
the
though.
praises of this book for like 2 years now. And I'm telling you, man, if you get a free copy of Tomboy, pick up Tomboy #1. And if you don't want the next 10 issues, I don't understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You should really just unsubscribe to me at that point. If you read Tomboy and you don't get what that book is and how awesome it is, you should just unsubscribe to me. I mean, like right now, because I mean it's the one of the best things, one of the best books out there. And I've never seen anybody that reads that book. Never in anybody's pool video or anything like that have I seen anybody that reads Tomboy. I mean, Tomboy is so good that I did like a video just about Tomboy.
Oh wow.
You know,
I'll check it out online and see if I like it.
I've ever edited like sound effects and stuff like that into. I mean, I really went all out on my Tomboy video.
Yeah, well, I'll check it out for sure. See what's going on with it. I was curious about it, but I guess the fact that it was titled Tomboy, I didn't know if it was about a girl who's a tomboy, and it didn't seem like anything special behind it. But yeah, I'm curious.
No, Tomboy is about this girl that her best friend is killed, and then all of a sudden this like fairy princess person that she like is like a fan of comes to her and says hey, why don't we go out and like kill these people that are responsible? And man, it's really freaking dark and twisted. I mean, which is most of the Action Labs Danger Zone books are pretty dark and twisted, but still. Oh, there's a trade coming out on Robin Wars. I don't know if anybody read the Robin Wars, but I would seriously say, man, that was a pretty decent thing. As much as I wanted to hate it, you know, it was a pretty decent thing. Frostbite. Everybody should be reading this book. I mean, the art on it's amazing. Joshua Williamson is writing it. Same guy that writes, you know, Nailbiter and Flash and everything else that everybody's like.
Okay, I gotta jump off, Wonky. I'll see you later.
All right.
Okay, bye.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get off. Too. Tune in tonight, Rebel Comics, over on Larry's channel. We're gonna be talking to Tom Reardon tonight, the creator of Killbots. You know, talking about moving forward with new artists and different stuff like that, and just American Gothic. You know, happy Halloween and all that good stuff, y'all.